Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another technical analysis video. So, as we can see here, let me just delete all this old stuff. Hang on. So as we can see here, we got you know, 3 days of a downtrend on the weekend, signifying or an early signal of Red Monday, basically, and that did play out. If we go here on the 15-minute, as soon as New York opened, basically as soon as the day opened on Monday of Bitcoin, it's just constant downtrend, and New York, huge volatility in the beginning and more of a downtrend. I took a short right here, got in right here, but I had to cut it at a break even because we had low volume. That was my signal to get out, basically low volume signaling a reversal, which we did have, but not completely to where my stop would have been, the New York Open. But it looks like these EMA bands are going to flip green just about in the next 30 minutes, maybe even actually after this 15-minute candle, it'll flip green, and it'll most likely pump all the way back up to here at least, maybe get a little bit of resistance, but we could find some support and hold that potentially if we are going to go up like that. That could be a bit of a bullish sign for maybe tomorrow. And on the daily, it's really not even looking good. That's just very short term, just a nice a little pump up back or retracement to the daily open. But that's not going to trend shift us to, you know, breakout, make a breakout trade basically, because we need on the higher time frames a breakout support above 61k, just about 61k, to potentially even go back up to here at 64, and then hopefully if we hold 64, we might have it might act as support, but if it doesn't, just go down. But if it did, it could go back up, and that's very unlikely, because mainly, let me think, why is it unlikely that we are going to go up? Well, we try to go up here. If you look at the longer term chart, we are making lower lows, and this is potentially another one, right? So we failed to break up here and made not a lower low. Actually, hang on. If we do the body, let me go to the line chart. Can I move this? Okay. We go to, okay, actually we did have support at the candle close. So that is actually a good sign. If this was to be bullish and we play out on this path I drew, that's actually a good sign. So because we did have solid support from the candle close of this massive dump, so that is actually a good bullish sign. But bearish signs is if we had another lower low after all of this, and then basically, let me delete some of this. What the? If we fail to break up above here, and probably not even go there. So if we fail another false breakout, that'd be another lower low, right? After this one. And then we hopefully would have support here, not just rip through it, right? But if we fail this, it's 54, just about 53. Then if we make a confirmed lower low while lower highs, that's clear bearish chart action, literally clear bearish, the most basic bearish thing you can see in a chart. And hopefully if we do get rejected off of this and off this weekend pump, Friday pump basically, and if we get rejected off of it and do come down here, then we need to act this as support and trade immediately back up, either in the middle or to the top, and then potentially break that over here in November, which would be the elections. And if our boy Trump wins, then we'll definitely have another, it'll be more solidified for another good pump for Bitcoin, because Trump is pro crypto basically. And the elections isn't going to decide the, in quotes, bull market or bear market. The election isn't going to confirm either one of those, most likely, and Bitcoin will still act on its own. And over here in 2025, we'll most likely see some what's the words I'm looking for? Some rally up to get to a new all-time high and break above the previous all-time high, and hopefully break it, hold it, and it won't be a false breakout, and then we can trade towards 100k basically, right? So that's basically what we're all hoping for, right? A new all-time high, because that's when we're going to make the most money basically. But right now it's not looking good, and we need to break clearly above here, and we need to hold right here. So if we don't break above, like I just said, 61k, then it's not even going to be a trend shift, and we need to hold. If we do get rejected off of it, we absolutely need to hold 54k basically, because that would be a triple bottom. If you look at it like that, actually, it'd be a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure it's bullish, and then we get a breakout and a new trend shift, and the daily EMA bands would go green, and it wouldn't be a fake out like this. It wouldn't be a fake out like this, and they would both go green, while the prices, well, if it didn't do that, it wouldn't go green if it did that, but you know what I mean? It would go green, hold the bands, and trade up towards new all-time high. And the market's been really fearful for obvious reasons. Extreme fear last month, fear neutral yesterday for some reason, but rightfully so. Kind of rightfully so, but we're basically just, in the grand scheme of things, we're basically just trading still in this giant range. Even though it's more of a downwards sloping something range, kind of like that. Don't need to make it that perfect, but downward sloping, what looks like distribution, but it could be accumulation. Whales pushing the price lower, so they accumulate. Naturally, the price rises. They push it lower, accumulate, and we're kind of in the middle point. And if we take this volume, where is it? Fixed range volume profile from February. Actually, let's take it from when the ETFs dropped in January. We can see where the most, it was January 11th. Let's just do right here, 12th. You can see the most amount of, when the ETFs dropped, they weren't trading that much in the beginning. Bitcoin was just rallying up as fast as it possibly could. And the most trading happened right here at this red line at 67k. So that's where the majority of the volume of Bitcoin that got bought ever since the ETF got launched. And if we take that into consideration, that means all of the Bitcoin, I mean, you can look at the data sheets of the ETF inflows and outflows. All of the Bitcoin that the people who bought ETFs, they're underwater basically. And I heard this thing that they're actually not even smart money that are buying the ETFs. So, they're dumb money, and so they're rightfully so underwater, right? But let's just say they know what they're doing basically, and they're buying the ETF for new all-time highs, which did happen, but 100k, let's just say, let's just say 100K is new all-time highs, right? So they're buying for 100K. And so they're underwater, so they're still buying. And also a bullish case would be if we hold this value area low at 57K. So if we hold this, very tightly hold this, and then we could trade back up towards 67K. Obviously, we would have a little bit of resistance right here and here, as I said. But if it was very bullish of a trend shift, we would easily get, not easily, but relatively easily, with some chop at these levels, we would just grind higher to 67K, the point of control, which the most volume got traded, and then we would go up to the value area high at 71K just about, and then hopefully pump up all the way. So that's another bullish case. But obviously we got to look at the downsides, which I basically just went over. And, there's still possibility of completely breaking this and going all the way back to here at 53, which, we literally hit it over here, but very quickly in only one day. So this could be like an early sign, I guess, of closing candles below here and then trading somewhere over here, wherever support and resistance are over here. And yeah, then it would be pretty deadly. We would be, let's see how far off from the highs. Yeah, we'd be down 41% from the highs, which is pretty not good. Let's just say that. It has happened. Like, let's see, right here. Yeah, like this looked like bear market over basically, or like no bull market. Bull market over. No, nothing's gonna happen. Let me zoom in. But this was also the pandemic, so it wasn't like it's not normal. What I'm trying to say. So, but like, let's see, like what this dump right here definitely isn't 40%, but 15, yeah, like, it's like it's not very good. The charts don't look the same at all, I guess. And if we do go down lower, it wouldn't look good at all for a new, like, we couldn't even be thinking about a new all-time high breakout trade at all. But how long is this video? 12 minute, 13 minute. Let's just go over this liquidation heat map. So we got more shorts in the short term, which makes sense, And on the heat map, actually, we got at 57K, millions, tens of millions gonna get liquidated if we go long's gonna get liquidated if we go down there. So that could be a sign. Wait, it's at 57K right now. No, it's at 58K right now, basically. But like, we're just right there. So that could be a sign that we will go down to 57K, collect that liquidity, and possibly go back up to maybe Monday's open, right? And then potentially Friday, right? And that could be a possibility, or that could be the other way, basically, where we collect the liquidity and it's just more money to go down, make a lower low on the 1 hour time frame, but not the overall daily time frame. And there's some liquidity up here, just about even actually, but we're closer obviously to going down than we are to going up to grab it. So that could be a sign. And the very last thing I need to show is the average mining cost is 80K for 58K Bitcoin. So miners are still struggling, I would imagine. They're spending more money to mine, on average at least, for the Bitcoin they mine, basically. So they're spending money. They're spending money to make money always, but they're overspending to make what they, get. I'm pretty sure this is what this means, right? And ever since the halving, Bitcoin's price has relatively stayed the same. So the halving, 67K for Bitcoin, while the cost went up to almost 90K, just over 90K over here, and still 67 or 63K Bitcoin. 66 went up to 70, so it almost got, neutral. And, it's basically been the same, so except for the mining cost is almost at an all-time high, actually. Hang on. Almost. And if we go to the last halving right about here, let me reset that. We can see the same thing pretty much happened. The halving happened, average mining cost went up to 17K for 10K, so they were making bank. Or no, they were losing money. They were burning through money, basically losing money. And then it neutralized, still the average mining cost costing a little bit more. And then it neutralized, basically. And then at the bull market top, like this is the top signal, basically, when average mining cost is 20K and the average Bitcoin cost is double that, or price, I mean. So it cost them 20K to mine 52K. So that's a top signal, basically. And as you know, it went a little bit higher to 60K. Had a dip where it was costing 15K to mine 30K, Still profitable, very profitable. And then it had another one. And then it just basically, when the price dipped, it neutralized. And that's how you know, like, for the second time, because there was 1, 2 very profitable tops, basically, to mine. And then after that, in the bear market, it costs them, it's about even in the bear market. But, in the early bear market, it's costing them more to get. And then, yeah, that's where we are right now, basically. It's costing them more to get. So that could be a sign of accumulation, just like a bear market would be accumulation, right? And same from the last halving. I messed that up. So yeah, this could be an accumulation sign right now. And so there's no clear top or bottom signal from this. It's just interesting to look at every time, from time to time. And, if I was a miner, I'd run that 24/7, regardless if it was costing me a little bit more money, Unless it was madly unprofitable. But this is still relatively neutral. The average isn't too far off from 1. If we look right here, the ratio, it says ratio 30-day moving average 1.26. So they're essentially spending 0.25 or 0.26 more times money to get their money, basically, in simplest terms. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. And, I'll make more videos. I should do it every day, obviously. And actually, no, I will do it every day because there's no reason not to. Keeps me updated with my information, keeps whoever's watching this updated, and yeah. But that's going to do it. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.